All right, here we go. So we're going to play Tales from the Loop, which is a Swedish game. The premise is basically that you play kids who are living in an alternate history version of the 80s in Sweden, full of all sorts of strange, fantastic technology. So this particular adventure is called Summer Break and Killer Birds. So we're going to start by sort of talking a little bit about the kids. I'm going to be asking some questions about each person's kids to sort of help everyone get into the mindset of their kids and learn a little bit about them and so on and so forth. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and give just sort of a brief summary of the rules, just so that everyone is on the same page, because I think most people are playing this for the first time. So I'm just going to run over a few things. So the basic mechanic is you just have a pool of D6s. Whenever you make a roll of some sort, you're just going to add together the appropriate skill, whatever your rating is on that skill, plus the rating in the related attribute. So if you're trying to sneak, then you would add together your dice for sneaking and then your die for body, which is the attribute associated with sneak. If you get at least 1 6, then most of the time that's going to be good enough to succeed, other than in some extreme circumstances, which I'll inform you about when they arise. If you fail, then you have a few ways of dealing with this. So you can use a luck point to re-roll. You have to take the second result. You can push the roll. So you check off one condition that you have, so you become, say, injured or scared or something like that. And then you re-roll any dice that are not 6s. And then finally, you can actually choose to just let the failed roll stand, but rather than having the action completely fail, take some kind of complication. So you're trying to build a robot, you fail, rather than just failing outright, the robot gets built, but it turns into an evil robot and it attacks you, right? Or you find the grumpy old man you're trying to find, but he's really not too happy with you and is extremely unhelpful, right? So this sort of thing. Sometimes if you fail something bad will almost always happen, but sometimes something really bad will happen, so you might take a condition like being hurt or being scared or something like that. Right. So I think that's pretty much it for the core mechanic of the game. So hopefully,
do ones mean anything?
As far as I know, ones don't mean anything. There's not like really any critical fail or bots or anything like that, to my knowledge. From what I remember, what I'm looking at right now, I don't see anything about that. So, right. So we're. So I'm going to go ahead and ask a few questions about the kids. Mark, you are playing Moritz. What does your character's room look like?
So my room is filled up with like diagrams and stuff that I've found in magazines, and just like pinned up all the things that look like technical or special. I don't really necessarily understand all of them. I just think I have to surround myself with all these oddities and things that look overly complicated. But that's like all on the walls. The floor is actually like slightly eerily tidy.
All right, and actually, let's, as we do this, just give a very brief description of your character and tell your name, what type you are, and what you look like.
I'm Moritz Hummel. I'm a weirdo. I'm a little German boy who's lived here for the last like 2-3 years. Came with his dad, no mother. Is usually being made fun of for like having his German accent still, and being, otherwise not necessarily approachable in all matters. But he's mostly just like peaceful and quiet, and sometimes makes odd comments where you're not entirely sure whether he just insulted you or not.
All right.
And he's quite young. He's 11.
Right. I think he's the youngest kid in this
Yeah.
group.
He also, one more thing, like he always runs around with this stuffed crow that he treats half as a pet and half as a like what's the word? Kuscheltier.
A stuffed animal.
Stuffed animal, yeah. Well, it is a stuffed animal, just
but
more literally so
like
than
one that you cuddle with, like yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Got it. Okay, so let's see. Let's move on to Magnus, Ito's character. What makes your character? First, describe your character, and then tell me what makes your character really angry.
So hey, I'm Magnus. I'm 12. I'm a rocker. I'm 12 years old. I'm kind of a tall, blonde kid. Looks cool with like washed jeans and the cool Boston T-shirt. And I play my guitar, and I generally like my rock, and you know, I'm part of a band, and maybe I even rehearse at whatever that was, our hideout.
Yeah, the tool shed.
Yeah, my parents, don't agree so much to my, rock and music, so I do it when I'm not home. What makes me angry is when kids like disco music. Yes.
All right.
Uh-oh.
That sucks.
Got it. Okay. So Eric, maybe you can describe your character and tell me his name, because I don't think I got his name, or her name.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a question for you after that.
Yeah, sure. Well, I figured to avoid a complete sausage party, I'd play a girl.
All right.
So I'm playing a popular kid named Emily. She's 15, and she's got this like really peroxide blonde hair, like hairspray mullet, wears denim jackets, tight jeans, Air Jordans, the whole shebang.
Nice.
Yeah, that's her. Hairspray is the thing, of course.
All right. Does your character have siblings? What do you think about them, if you have them?
Probably. Siblings are a nuisance. So she probably has an older one and a younger one. The older one having moved out long ago, so it's sort of the one she looks up to, and the younger one is just a one of her problems.
Got it. Okay, let's see. Russell, can you tell us a little bit about your character, Frederick?
Yes, so I'm playing Frederick Blom tonight. Frederick has the nickname Encyclopedia, and that is because he is a...
You're cutting out a little bit.
There are a couple of relationships that he looks up to Magnus, because Magnus looks out for him. He's always got his back. And Moritz teaches him how to swear in German.
All right. What does Frederick dream about at night?
Frederick dreams about the stars, the planets, the moons. He lies in bed, and there's a window just across from his bed, and his mind is continuously looking out of it, wondering what's going on out there.
All right, cool. Let's see. So, Baptiste, can you tell us about your character, Johan?
So I'm Johan. I'm a hick, and you are in my tool shed most of the time. My family got lots of kids younger than me, actually, so I look for them. I'm a big kid. Like, I'm probably as tall as a 15-year-old, and I'm only 13. And my jeans are always ripped at the knees because it's not a style. It's just because I tend to go around a lot, and my mother just gave up on just tidying them up. And yeah, pretty much. I got like frizzy red hair, and I always wear like some kind of tight knot on my head and goes like on top because it goes into my eyes if I do not.
All right, cool. So can you tell us what does your character think about school?
Is actually assiduous at school, but is really bad at it. Like it tends to like just focus on something else and then lose track and just be really bad. But it's trying its best, and its best is not so good.
Got it. So encyclopedia is probably doing your homework for you or something.
Yep.
All right.
It's got a Gwen on his head.
Indeed.
So in your group, who's sort of the leader of the group?
I reckon Magnus.
Yeah, Magnus. Totally Magnus.
All right, the rocker.
Okay. Although I think Emily probably would covet that spot.
No, she's
Right
just
behind.
the toughest leader, so she doesn't covet anything. She just has it.
Gotcha. She's the grey eminence behind the throne.
Who needs
Sorry, what
to
was-
be
What's
the
Emily's type? Or I'm sorry,
Emily,
what's
popular
Emily's-
kid, right?
Emily's the popular
What was-
kid?
Yeah.
What was Frederick's type?
Bookworm.
Bookworm.
Yeah, figured.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get started then, unless anyone has any questions for me. You guys all live on, and it's summer right now. The sun is up almost all the time. The days are very, very long. The sun rises early in the morning and sets late at night. The landscape is covered with pines and birches and berry thickets, and there's mosquitoes that plague you every time you venture out into the woods. Kids are running around playing tag and swimming, and it's generally a good time to be a kid right now. School is out and you're just having fun, relaxing, enjoying yourselves, maybe plagued in the back of your head by whatever trouble or problem you have in your mundane life, but you're not really thinking about that right now. As you're all just hanging out in your hideout, which is we've decided is Johan's family's tool shed. So what are you guys doing in your hideout? What are you up to?
I have my headphones on and I'm playing my guitar. I'm rehearsing. Actually, maybe Emily's singing along with me.
Yeah, as long as it's good, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a few songs I play really well. So
Yeah. All right.
We'll
Well,
do that.
then that's fine. Definitely.
Frederick will be reading.
Got it.
And Moritz is kind of like watching Magnus quite fascinatedly while he's like stroking his crow.
And Johan is trying to craft some kind of makeshift like foam weapon to like go into some kind of game later on. Like, but he's trying to do it with like a lot of duct tape, basically.
All right. Is there anyone who didn't get to? Okay. So as you guys are just sort of relaxing in your hideout, listening to Magnus rocking out on the guitar, Moritz, suddenly you hear a chirping sound, and you listen a bit closer, and you think you hear from right outside of the window of the tool shed something talking in this strange chirping bird-like voice.
Shiny, that's my shiny. You took my shiny. No, that's not your shiny. It's my shiny. I found it first. My shiny.
Magnus. I walk over to Magnus and kind of like poke him with my finger.
Cut it out.
Magnus.
Cut it out.
Is,
You're ruining the song.
But there is a bird. And
It's a bird, oh
you do
really?
Swedish, Yeah, do Swedish birds usually talk?
Is a talking bird outside? Really? Really?
I think so. I think so.
So
Frederick will definitely go and take a look, man. He's just
maybe take Frederick. Maybe you go and take
a
Frederick.
book about that.
Because Emily and I are
Sorry,
rocking it
Russell.
right now.
What are you saying, Russell? You were cutting out a little bit.
Oh, I was saying Frederick would go and take a look because the book that he was reading about was The Birds of Sweden.
All right, cool. So,
Okay. So I
As you-
won't go with Frederick then. Little downtrodden.
So as you walk outside, you see there's like a tall oak tree right outside of the tool shed, and sitting in the branches of the tree, you see two pigeons. One of them is clutching a sort of a shiny metal ring in his beak and sort of hopping excitedly up and down, while the other one sort of hops around, like bobbing his head around a little bit aggressively, continuing to complain.
That's my shiny. I found the shiny. It's mine. Give it back. Give it back.
The other bird sort of like hops back.
No, get your own shiny.
Told talking birds.
So these birds are talking to one another. Am I understanding this correctly?
That's what you gather.
I kind of turn to the guys in the clubhouse and I say, guys, you have to come and see this. Seriously.
Told.
Yeah,
See what?
They are literally talking birds.
That's what I said.
and yeah, Johan is gonna drop like the sword on the counter of the tool shed and just go outside. Like, what? You're not joking, really?
I'm a German, I never joke.
That's false.
Okay, well,
you say
you
the joke
the first
2
time
months
then.
ago. And are they still talking?
Yeah, they're talking, but then they sort of like hop off, and the one with the ring sort of starts to fly away, hops up onto a higher branch, and then you notice that there's quite a few of these pigeons around in the branches of the trees. You guys can give me a comprehend roll. Let's say Frederick, I guess.
So that's comprehend plus mind.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So I rolled a 4 and my mind is 4, so that's 8, and comprehend is 3, so that's 11.
How many 6s did you get?
No 6s.
No 6s.
Oh,
Okay.
A dice, just a 1d6.
Yeah, exactly. So you for each level and the skill, you roll 1 die, and for each level and the attribute, you roll 1 die. So if you have 5 in mind and 3 in comprehend, you roll a total of 8 dice, and every 6 is a success.
Right. So is it 11 a success?
No, we don't sum the dice up.
No.
You just
No,
roll
you
eight.
just tell me how many
dice did
6
you
you
roll?
got. Yeah.
If you got a 6 on a die, it's a success. If you got none, it's no.
Right. Okay, no 6s.
Okay.
Okay. Can I roll?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can roll.
So I have mind 5 and comprehend 1, so I rolled 6 dice.
In fact, anyone who wants to can roll.
And I have 1 success.
All right.
No, no.
So as you watch the pigeons a little bit more closely, you realize that they seem to be actually working together in a way that's, is not really typical for birds. They're helping one another, carrying heavy branches away, and they seem to be helping one another look for food and for shiny objects, and clearly they're not normal birds because they're talking to one another. But not only are they talking to one another, but they seem to be sort of coordinated and intelligent and cooperative, that they have some sort of social abilities.
Frederick,
Guys,
what do you make of it?
And you know, one more thing, Moritz knows that that a person who studies birds is called an ornithologist, and that an ornithologist would be someone who might know more about this, or of course the local library.
Alles klar, Herr Kommissar. Guys, I think aren't these birds a bit clever? I mean, apart from the talking, like they're like, you know, really coordinated. They really like, you know, they're team players like us. Maybe we should tell an Vogelkundschafter, ornithologist about this. We have one in town, right?
Well, I mean, parrots talk all the time. What's so special about these people? Wait, birds talking.
Well, parents are not so coordinated. They don't help each other so much. These birds are pretty clever. Maybe we can get them as pets. Like Hieronymus would like a friend, I'm sure. Hieronymus is the stuffed crow.
Well,
Can we?
who wants-
Ambika, can we try to talk to them?
Yeah, you could try.
So Frederick would say to one of the birds, excuse me, do you understand me?
The bird sort of gives you an odd look, hops up and down.
Ah, you're talking to me.
I am indeed. I am quite curious. Do you have a name?
No.
It sort of like jumps up and down and gives you another sort of sideways turn of its head, and then goes flying off really fast.
I think you scared it off.
Yeah, I turn to the guys and go, that was weird.
Yeah, it was weird to begin with.
Guys.
Magnus is trying
Sure, you guys are
to.
always weird.
So, do you think the ornitho thingy will know?
I
Just scratch his head.
think we should go and
Magnus.
tell the Vogelkundler, the Ono thingy.
You guys, a few rumors about a man named Mats Tingblad who lives in a secluded house sort of outside of town, and there's some weird rumors that you've heard about him. You've heard that he went crazy, and one time he broke his legs trying to jump off of a cliff inside of this bizarre bird costume contraption.
Yeah.
People are not sure whether he was trying to kill himself or do some crazy experiment.
But suit.
We should
Sounds like what
definitely
you
go
can
talk to
expect
him.
out of
Magnus goes into the shed, comes back with his acoustic guitar, sits down and starts playing Blackbird. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings, man. Trying to
Now
like
we even have a soundtrack.
yeah, tries to make friends with the birds, and tries to get Emily to sing along with him. Because he doesn't. I mean, this is crazy. He doesn't know
Moritz
what to
tries
do.
to sing along as well, but I think that'll probably like mess up your mojo.
Yeah, Emily just asked you to not sing. Yeah, just don't.
Oh man, no.
Like you should do the things you're good at, okay?
But you're not listening when I'm doing the things I'm good at.
Well, no, because it's really boring and weird.
And Johan just gonna shuffle your head a little bit and go, I'll listen.
Come on, guys, we should go to the to the Birdman.
Yeah, Birdman is good. Birdman
But you sound crazy.
Okay, so Moritz decides that as we have to get going, he's gonna get ready. So he goes back in the shed and gets his thing, and goes to put on his travel cap.
All right. So you guys have one slight problem, which is that you're not really sure exactly where he lives. You know that he lives somewhere outside of town, but you're not certain precisely where.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've heard things.
You most definitely would. It's very likely that you have, and you can actually you can give me a contact roll. So you're pooling contact plus heart.
Yep.
Determine whether you would have
Let's
heard
see.
something through the grapevine.
Two successes, 3 even.
All right, nice. Yeah, so you actually know a kid who at one point tried to sneak over to his house after hearing these strange rumors about the flying bird man thing, and you recall having a conversation with him where he was telling you about how he tried to sneak into Mats Tingblad's house, and so from this conversation in the past, you have a pretty good idea of where the house is located.
Yeah. We're like daring each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can show you the way.
All right.
Just don't wear that hat.
Oops. Very smart.
I lost him.
Yeah. You made fun of his hat and he left. Asshole.
Oh, whoa.
That's some role
It's so
playing.
hard.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. Mark's back, but we just lost someone else. So.
Yeah, the thing kind of like crashed pretty hard.
Yeah. I hope we don't have too many problems. It seems to be a lot of crashing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah. Emily offers to show the way as long as you don't wear the hat.
But the stuffed crow that he talks to is totally fine. The hat has to go though.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Stuffed Crow is kind of classy.
I mean, Emily has probably tried to get rid of that before and it hasn't worked, so she has to compromise.
But it's my hat. It keeps me warm. I mean, it's warm anyway, but
Well, you can keep your pocket warm instead. Look, you can borrow one of my hair band things.
okay, cool. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar.
Yeah, so you get this
So
like
more-
I'm gonna get that back.
neon green one.
Grün. Super.
Let's get going.
Alright. You guys have
Yeah,
bikes?
show the way.
So,
Of course, we have bikes.
can you
Alright,
just give me like a quick run? Like I missed the last bit of what information we had, so we know a person who might know.
Yeah,
So
and
Emily knows
Emily
where he
knows
lives.
where he lives. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, as we're biking there, like Moritz is again like hopelessly trying to get someone's attention while he's explaining things, and he's saying like maybe we should try a grid search like they do with the Bader-Meinhof gang in Germany. You know the terrorists. They're doing like all these new really interesting things with computers where they like use all this information and I don't know, they put it on a grid somehow and then they search.
Well, why don't we just go there? Why can't we just go there?
You pretty much lost me at grid.
Let us go to the.
I just thought it might be, interesting.
Well, you can talk about your grids while we walk.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just go
I
there.
mean, while we bike, and I'll
Yeah.
bike ahead. So I don't have to listen.
Yes. I'm kind of like shouting after you as I'm always the last and like panting to keep up. But the grid search with the Bader-Meinhof gang.
And then struggling to keep your
Agnes.
crow with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Magnus
yeah.
is trying to
You're
paddle as fast as
Oh, sorry.
Magnus is trying to paddle as fast as possible to lose Moritz.
And Johan is probably like hanging back to like wait for him, and is probably less fast because he's got one Like
I mean-
tire bed is flat, totally flat. Pulling through it.
Nice. All right. So you guys arrive with your bikes in front of a two-story house. The house is actually behind a fence, a metal fence with what looks like a padlock over the gate. There's an overgrown garden that you can see just on the other side of the fence, and everywhere, all over the place, you just see bird houses and bird feeders. You see that the roof also has a bunch of different little perches for birds, and there's quite a lot of bird poop everywhere, and it smells pretty strongly of bird droppings and mold. Up on the very top floor, there's a balcony, yeah, that's what you see. Large metal fence surrounding everything.
All right, let's.
Is there a gate or a buzzer? I mean, is there a buzzer at the gate? Or?
There's a gate, and it looks like there's a buzzer, but the gate looks like it's, locked with a heavy padlock.
Is the fence like with spike on the end on top of it, or just a fence?
No, there's no spikes on top. It's about as tall as the tallest kid, Johan, and no spikes on the top. You could probably climb over there if you were good at climbing.
Yup, I'll totally climb.
Right.
Moritz kind of like quietly walks off and just investigates the surroundings, seeing like whether there's like any like areas on the fence that are broken or something, like something that doesn't require a front entrance or climbing, because he's kind of short.
Got it. Yeah. Moving around the perimeter, you do notice that there's a tool shed that's a little bit closer to the fence than the house itself. And there's a large tree over at one corner of the fence that's actually high enough that you could if you were able to climb the tree, then you could get over the fence, although you'd have to do some sort of like shimmying down the tree. It would make things a little bit easier, but you still have to do some climbing. And of course, the padlock itself, somebody who's good at tinkering might be able to pick it.
But no clear like holes I could like.
No.
So do you want me to look for a ladder like in the tool shed?
We're not going to go
The
back
tool
to the
shed is
tool
within
shed.
the fence.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I can
Oh, your tool shed. Oh, okay.
No.
We don't want to go all the way back.
Yeah, that's a ways away.
Can we give Johan a boost up, like a foot boost up, so that he grabs onto the branch and swings over?
Yeah, you could definitely help, which would give a bonus to climbing to whoever you're helping.
And we guess the shortest, youngest kid is gonna get tossed over.
No, we're trying
know.
to the one who's been before.
I'm not that good at climbing. Maybe someone else can do it.
Frederick?
Yeah, Frederick.
Frederick. But what do you think? I mean, why are we not buzzing the door?
Because it's less fun.
And he's a dirty old man.
It just looks very unwelcoming. Maybe we should just buzz the door.
You're the smart one. I'm with you here, but you know.
I reckon as kids we would boost one of the stronger, more athletic kids over, and just kind of be as adventuresome as possible. Adventurous as possible.
All right, so who's got the most?
Who's the
Body
who's the chunk?
and move.
I'm the big kid.
I have reasonable body and move, I guess. But
My
no,
pool is at 5.
yeah, mine is at 5 too.
Mine is at 7.
Okay, you go. Then I know how to get dirty.
Well, like the biggest kid can't be the one that's being boosted over, right? He's gonna be the one doing the boosting.
Well, if you guys are all helping him, then you can basically, you can give him one extra die by sort of
Really?
helping
But-
him all together.
Like,
And
will
he's-
someone like
But
will
Maybe
someone
I
like
can
Mac
instruct and use lead.
have other people give him a boost?
Hey,
Like,
maybe Moritz should go first.
We can
I
just
told you I'm not so good at climbing.
We'll just
You
throw
are
you.
We'll
How
help
do
you,
you
Moritz.
do it?
Don't be afraid.
I don't want to be
Hey, when-
thrown. I've been thrown once. It hurt.
That's okay. Slow is good. You're gonna be unnoticed.
Yeah, you'll disappear among the bird poop.
Yeah.
You'll blend in
I-
fine.
Moritz is a good.
I heard that.
Okay.
It wasn't nice.
I call Moritz. Moritz, that's an important role for you.
So can I use lead to like cheer him on basically, or to instruct him?
let's see. That's actually the one skill that I need to look at a little bit. So, yeah. So I think that's more like yeah, exactly. So you can
You roll and your successes
your
give me
successes become a
extra
die pool
rolls.
that you can distribute that to the other kids. Exactly.
Yeah, as long as they follow my orders.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. I am. Okay, yeah. I wanna see. It's gonna be Moritz who goes over it.
Of course.
He started this, so he's gonna have to live it up.
All right. So you're gonna give him some sort of like encouragement or inspiration to help him out.
In a sense, she'll probably just goad him and like bully him into doing it. And, like call him a coward,
Alright.
a sissy. And
Go ahead and roll lead plus heart. Ironically.
Why would I be a sissy? I'm not an Austrian princess.
well, prove it then.
Okay, alles klar, Herr Kommissar.
Yeah, two successes.
All right. So you have
Ooh,
actually
nice.
4 dice that you can distribute.
Sweet. You don't have to distribute them all on me.
No, exactly.
You can.
Well,
keep them
we'll
for-
give Moritz 2.
All right. And if you guys are helping boost him up, then he can
Yeah.
have 1 extra die for the helping. So total of 3 bonus die for Moritz.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have a total of 3 anywho. So that it makes.
Oh well, I might as well just give you the one since you get bonus from people helping instead. So yeah, you get to have all of them
I have all the dice.
because as much as I'm pretty mean, I want you to succeed in this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so rolling all them dice. Wait, what? How many did I say that I have now? 3. You guys give me 5 dice extra, right? So that would be 8. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That'd be it. Whoa! And that one I have to reroll. Ooh. Okay. I was almost doing a face plant, but I have 1 success.
All
So I
right.
kind of like smash against the fence, but I like kind of like grapple over and then just like swing myself over and go.
Nice.
Ow,
The important question here is, does he land in bird poop?
you kind of beat me to the
It's
punch there.
everywhere. So there's some, on the ground on your,
Guys.
on your feet and stuff now.
Bad news is I felt soft. I'm not sure whether that's good news or bad news. I get back to
Something kind
that.
of wet.
But I'm in now. Now what I do?
Where do you actually enter? So there's a fence, and then there's like the main building, which is more in the center, and then sort of on the western side, there's a tool shed that's a bit closer to the fence. So back of the house,
I
side of the
think
house, tool shed.
Like as the others were mostly focused on the front entrance, and I'm pretty sure that I couldn't make them actually pay attention to the shed at all. I guess they tossed me over fairly near to the main entrance, and so I'm like, I'm gonna see whether I find something in the shed. Okay, here goes. and I kind of like try to sneak along the fence, which is probably completely impossible. But I make a very good impression of sneaking while I'm doing it. Actually, what that would be sneak. I actually do have sneak. So I'm gonna try to be a little subtle. So the leading, how long does that last? Like, was that for the one action?
It was for the one action. So I mean, now he can roll again to get a new die pool, and there.
Yeah, but that would be boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't feel that inspiring.
I would actually feel a little I would be a bit disappointed if I actually managed to like sneak in plain sight. So, and I really don't want to go to a crawl here. So I'm rolling 4 dice.
But so what's the lock that's keeping the gate locked is a padlock, is it?
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, I'm hoping that maybe I find like a key, like at the shed or something, or maybe under the doormat, something. I don't know. I'm actually like Splinter Cell good. I have like 2 6s.
Nice.
In my 4 dice.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, you're doing a very good job of being quite sneaky.
Yeah, I kind of made like the all the bird poop that I landed in kind of gives me like perfect camouflage.
And in fact, because you have a bonus die, you actually, in the process of your sneaking around, you notice something. So the house is covered by all the windows are obscured by closed shutters. But as you're sneaking sort of along next to the house on your way to the tool shed, you happen to peek over and see that one of the windows, the shutter is slightly open. And as you sort of peer a little bit just into this gap in the shutter, you see like the flapping of wings rush right by the window. And then you see another streak as it looks like a tall man just sort of like runs past the window. And you hear him yelling, "Goddamned birds! Goddamn motherfucking birds! I will kill all of you!" Crash! And then there's a loud crashing sound from inside of the house. And then footsteps go sort of running off, and it sounds like they're going upstairs towards the top of the house, and this yelling kind of trails off as he runs up the stairs.
oh yeah.
Okay, double time it. So I sneak very quickly towards the toolshed.
All right. The door of the tool shed is closed, but you don't see any kind of lock or anything like that on it.
Like, but it's locked. As in, like, I try the door handle and it won't budge.
No, it opens.
Okay.
If you try the door handle, it just pushes right open. Yeah.
Okay, I try the door handle and yeah, and then like
All right.
go looking about.
As you enter the tool shed, just this overwhelming smell of bird droppings and what smells a little bit like something dead rotting reaches your nose. It's pretty dim in the tool shed, but as you open the door, some light sort of floods in. You can see that there's like just a bare light bulb on the ceiling of the tool shed with just sort of a little pull thing to turn it on. So you can turn on if you want.
I am very conflicted about that.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm standing like in the door and going like, okay, alles okay. Komm, Moritz. Die anderen verlassen sich auf dich. Du schaffst das. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar. And then I like walk up and like jump up to grab the light switch cord. I go like.
All right, the light comes on and the small shed is flooded with light. You see, there's a number of what looks like bloodied bird corpses sort of scattered around the shed.
Okay, I just turn around and like run around screaming.
You guys see Moritz just streaking out from the tool shed.
Running right towards all of you.
What did you see, man? What did you see?
Tote Vögel, überall tote Vögel. And I kind of like try to travel up the
Yeah.
fence, failing. Like, guys, come in. You have to come in. Just break the fucking lock.
And as I see like him panicking and see, like
Did he say
as much,
something about a
I get
dead
out
bird?
my pocket knife and break out the lock, like try to just like fiddle it.
All right. If you're trying to use like, I'm not. You could use either force or tinker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will tinker.
All right.
My pocket knife says +2 bonus. Is that
Yes.
+2 dice?
That's your
Okay.
iconic item. So you're using it to deal with some trouble. So you can get 2 bonus dice for this action because you're using your iconic item.
Pretty cool. And that's 2 successes.
All right. So yeah, you're able to open up the lock, and not only that, but you actually you do it so quietly that it doesn't make any noise as you break the lock. You just sort of like sit there in intense concentration, sort of wiggling around, and there's just a soft click, and it pops open.
Damn, this lock is easier than my horse locks. Quiet down, Moritz. What do you see?
Okay. Seriously, there's like totally dead birds, like inside out and stuff, and Hieronymus doesn't like it. Okay.
Well, maybe he wanted to hang out with his dead friends.
Your mother wants to hang out with your dead friends. And I just like walk around like as they open it, I just like walk out, sit behind the fence, and just like get out and like take my bird and just like start talking to him in German.
Alright.
Okay, Herr Bosch, tut mir leid, dass Sie das sehen mussten, aber keine Sorge, wir schaffen das. Die schlafen nur mit der.
Okay, can we keep going?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I
You
kind of
guys-
be like, as you guys start moving, I'll eventually like be kind of like hanging, like coming after you.
You guys going for the front door, or are you trying to be stealthy?
Stealthy.
Okay. Whoever is inside, again, you hear like these loud crashing noises. Whoever is inside seems to be occupied, so you don't really have to sneak in order to avoid attracting this person's attention.
Try to look into the window, like through the window, and see what's going on inside.
All right. So again, most of the windows are shuttered, but Moritz is able to point out to you this one window that's just like slightly ajar. And as you peek through it, you see that there's just blood and dead birds and wings and feathers and bird shit just like everywhere. The house is absolutely filthy on the inside. It's just full of cages and feathers, and it just looks nasty. You hear this sound of footsteps on stairs, and as you sort of peer through, you see this like tall man wearing khaki and a button-down shirt, and his face is just streaked with blood, and his clothing is covered with blood, and he has like gouges and marks on his face and his arms, and he's wielding this huge axe. Well, not really a huge axe, a hand axe, but whatever. He's wielding a hand axe, and he's just like sort of running around, chasing this bird. It looks like a crow that's just sort of like flying in front of him, and he's running after it, screaming and yelling, "I'll get you!" Ah! And he yells and makes a swing with the axe, and it actually lands in the wood what seems like a few feet away from the shutter, and you sort of like jump back as this axe crashes into the inside wall of the house. There's another flap of wings, but it doesn't seem that he's seen you. He's too distracted by the birds.
How many birds?
Magnus is feeling sick.
How many birds? Huh?
Yeah, how many birds are inside? Is he just chasing one?
You can only see one live bird at the moment. But there's quite a few dead ones.
That's the operative word, yes.
Yeah.
Guys.
Emily's trailing after a bit because she's taking good care not to step in any as good as she can without stepping in any bird poop, and she has made sure to stay as the last person so that you guys can create like a little path for her.
Guys,
Yeah,
is
Frederick's
that
pretty
normal?
good
Is that
at
normal behavior for an Oni for a bird watcher?
No.
Oh,
Magnus is sick to his stomach. Is like turning around.
Magnus, are you
Barely
okay?
hold it in. Have you seen what's going on there? Not so much.
Should we?
No, you should check out the shed.
I don't think I should.
Should we shout? Should we shout?
Frederick, don't go there. Frederick, don't go there. It's nasty.
Hey,
I'm
what
just
have
sticking-
what
I'm
have I
sticking
missed?
close to Magnus. Yeah.
What did we come here for? What's this guy?
Talking
We
birds.
talk to him about
He's a-
talking birds.
He seems to be preoccupied though.
Really?
Looks like he's already
Yeah,
talking
and
to
he
them.
doesn't seem to like birds much.
Yeah,
He doesn't
maybe we
seem to
should
like
come back
birds
when
much.
he's not wielding a hand axe.
Come back? Really?
Guys, maybe this is like the Hitchcock movie, Vögel.
Indeed.
I haven't watched
So the
it. My parents were watching it, but I was too scared, so I went to sleep.
I didn't see it, but my dad told me about it, and he said there's very angry birds in it. Maybe these birds are also kind of angry, or
I think
maybe they, I don't know, maybe they insulted his mother.
The question is, do we want to speak to this guy? Obviously seems like a raving lunatic, but there's chances that we can get some useful information from him.
let's try. Emily, do you wanna try with me?
I mean, we wanted to know about the birds, and I think he has a pretty strong opinion about the birds.
Sorry, you want me to do what?
Emily, I figured maybe you and I can get some information out of this guy. Maybe we can close the gates, and
The guy
make
with the
it look like
axe.
we were not in there, and ring the bell. Yeah, and then maybe
So
get some information out of this guy.
you want us to?
Because
Talk to the guy with that.
thing here is not.
He's got an axe. Am I the only one who's concerned about this?
Obviously not.
I
And
guess-
still have
I
my
guess
pocket
so.
knife.
Okay, I'll stand behind you, and you can knock on the door.
Yeah, I'm not gonna knock on the door. Let's all go out and let's close the gate and make it as if we were never there, and buzz the ringer on the gate.
That's a good idea. Yeah, yes. Let's not knock on any doors. Let's talk to him from far away.
Yeah,
Indeed.
like with
Yeah,
a gate
and you guys,
between us.
maybe you guys hide behind the tree. Like, let me and Emily.
Yeah,
Take care of
I'm
it,
all
or
for
try
it.
to.
I'm all for it. You're the big ones.
Okay.
Be careful.
Yeah,
Emily will traipse
Good
carefully through the
Magnus.
path that we've created.
All right, so you're gonna press the buzzer.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. You do this, and you wait for a while. Nothing. No response.
I'm trying to play a tune on the buzzer, like.
There's not much of a tune you could play other than maybe.
Yeah, the beat.
Yeah, like a rhythm.
Play Metallica on the. Make it annoying and like
Oh, for whom the bell tolls.
lengthy. Yeah.
After a while of this, just buzzer mashing, finally you hear this sort of crackly voice over the intercom. What do you want? I am very busy. I don't have any time to talk to you. Crash. and then you hear this, sort of horrible tweeting sound, and just this sort of like thud. He's like, okay, and maybe I have a little bit of time now. What do you want?
Magnus is trying to relax, to be calm as possible, and bring his softest 12-year-old kid voice, charming voice, and say, "Hello, sir. Hello, good sir. Me and my friend here were wondering if you could perhaps come outside and help us. My parents have been having some bird trouble."
Are you a kid? Give me
Yes,
a
I
charm
am.
roll.
Okay, that's heart plus charm.
Yeah, exactly.
Emily just looks at you.
I have 1 success, 1 6.
All right. He sort of sounds a little bit incredulous. He's like, "Are you a kid?" And you see next to the front door, the shutter sort of open up a little bit, and you see him sort of like peering out. "You are kids. What do you
Hi,
think
sir.
you're going to do about this? I'm not coming out there." "Fine.
Why
Come
not, sir?
in."
It's a perfectly beautiful day.
Come in
Letting us
here. And he sort of like waves through the window. "Fine, come inside. Make it quick. And don't let any birds in."
Wait.
Okay. Magnus kind of gathers his breath, reaches out to Emily, takes her by the hand, and walks inside with her.
Yeah, she'll come along and whisper, "Did he say not to let any birds in?"
I missed that. I don't know. My heart is it's racing, so I don't know. Try to listen because I can't.
Well, you'd think an ornithologist would know that birds can fly.
Yeah, I don't know about this guy.
Is anyone else
let's go talk to
coming?
I think the other kids are around the tree, like, the fuck are we doing?
Frederick, are they going inside? Should they be inside? There's a man with a fucking axe in there. I like the word fucking. It's very bad in German.
Hey, language.
Well, my dad doesn't notice. He hasn't learned Swedish curse words yet.
Well, I do.
No.
You're not my dad.
Yeah. Fred, do you have a word for insane madness or suicidal madness?
In German?
Well, we have den Todeswunsch des Fish. I think that's the operative word here. I think maybe they need our help. Maybe we
Okay,
should
let's leave them by the tree. They're not going to be useful anyway, obviously.
So you guys head for the door. Anyone who wants to follow them can, of course, tag along behind them.
I think we should check on them, but not actually go inside. Maybe look through the window.
Yeah.
Frederick will follow Magnus.
All right.
Okay,
As you guys-
I checked through the window.
Yeah, we'll
Alright.
sneak with Moritz.
Okay. So if you guys are trying to sort of, I mean, you can't really avoid his detection. At this point, he's sort of cracked open the front door, and he's like sort of like looking at all of you as you walk closer. So you can stand by the window if you want to, but I mean, he's looking directly at you, so it's kind of hard to actually like sneak. But you can sort of just like hang back if you want to.
I briefly consider whether I should impersonate a bird and decide not to. And it's like, oh bugger, okay. And then
Speaking
it's
of
like,
which, as you come towards the front door with your crow on your shoulder, he just sort of like, his eyes like peer madly through the window, and he just comes sort of like rushing out, holding the axe over his head. And he's like, "God damn!" And he just sort of like stops right over you, and he looks down at you. "What in the hell do you have a stuffed bird on your shoulder for? What is this?" And he
He's
sort
German.
of like gives it a poke.
this is Hieronymus Bosch. Like the paper?
He's just a German.
No, he's Dutch.
Four more of those things. Get in here. Come inside. Come inside. Come inside. Yes, yes.
Hieronymus is Dutch. It's not.
Did he just ask us to come inside?
Yeah. He sort of steps back, lets his axe sort of hang to his side, and opens the door, still eyeing Hieronymus very suspiciously.
I have whatever, some phobia of closed spaces. Can we stay out here, sir?
He sort of looks around. There are birds everywhere, and he sort of like points up at the tree next to the house. Look up there. They're talking. They're aggressive. They will attack us soon if we don't get inside.
Oh my God! Let's just go inside.
I think we should go inside. I heard them talk too.
But why are they talking?
Emily's gonna go
What are you talking
inside even
about?
if she's uninvited.
Yeah, Frederick will move inside.
Okay.
Once Frederick moves inside, Magnus follows him to protect him, to be with him.
All right. So you guys move inside, and it smells nasty in there. Everything's a little bit like dim and bird carcasses everywhere. He sort of looks at all of you. What exactly is it that you want to talk to me about? You're kids. What are you supposed to do
We heard some pigeons talking
about this?
about bling.
Sorry, I
We
can't
heard-
hear you.
We heard birds talking, and we thought it would come through to the resident expert, like yourself.
I think maybe what they're speaking in is pigeon.
No, they're speaking Swedish. They've acquired our language. But I don't know why I'm wasting my time telling you this. You're
But
kids.
why?
What?
But why? How have they got that?
Well, again, I don't have the time to explain this to you. I have to make sure that there are no more of them left in the house.
Well, who else is gonna listen to you?
We can help you look while you explain.
Tell you what, I'm gonna look through the house and hunt birds. We fine?
You should close your window open.
He looks at the shutter and sort of like pushes it shut, and then he looks at you a little bit suspiciously. Who is it who said who's going to listen to you? Was that Emily?
Yeah.
Give me a charm roll.
Okay. One success.
All right. He sort of looks at you for a sec. Well, I guess you have a point. Everyone thinks that I'm crazy after my flight experiment. They don't
No.
seem to understand that science is merely advanced by mistakes. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind.
And he looks over at Johan. I think there's some more of them upstairs. You can help me go looking for them afterwards. But I guess I should tell you what's happening here, and maybe you can help me.
Yes, they will help you fight the birds later.
Yes.
What do you mean?
It was-
they?
And I look at Emily and go, maybe I can help now and just give a wink.
Yeah, sure. He'll help you now.
Then what are you waiting for? They're upstairs. There's at
And,
least 3 of them.
Yeah, I just go upstairs.
I'll keep watch down here.
Alright. So as you head upstairs, you can still sort of hear the conversation that's going down below. As you walk up to the stairs, you see like these windows up here are well, not open, but not shuttered. And again, dead birds everywhere. And with you're sort of like in a hallway. And to your left is a balcony, and up ahead of you you see a couple of doors, and then on your right there's a bedroom, which is just the sheets are torn everywhere, and there's dead birds. And you sort of hear a tweeting sound from somewhere in the room. Mats is explaining to the rest of you. So he sort of makes a sort of feeble gesture towards his table, which is crusted in bird poop. And he's like, "What is it that kids drink? Milk?"
Oh, no, we're not allowed to drink before nightfall.
Milk would be
You a
good,
gremlin?
yes, sir.
Never mind, I don't have milk anyway. I haven't been out to get groceries in weeks. I'm just subsisting upon the last remains of these cookies, and I believe soon I may have to resort to eating the corpses of my fallen enemies, but that time has not yet come.
Good.
Where was I again? Yes.
Yes, the
Someone
birds.
has been tampering with these birds, making them intelligent, malicious, evil. They've all turned on me. I have to destroy them all. The pigeons. They seem to be rather more docile, more agreeable. They have developed the capacity for speech rather than aggression. Very interesting. I'm not entirely certain why, but it seems that they are all organizing themselves, increasing in numbers, moving in flocks, stalking.
Say that they,
Soon they will begin. Yes?
they turned on you? Were they your pets? Your friends before?
They were my pets. Well, the ones in the cage, they didn't precisely turn on me, but after the birds started to talk and started to act strange, I felt their gazes on me. I knew it was only a matter of time before they turned too. As much as it pained me, I had to put them out of their misery. But more have been trying to come into the house. Every time I open the door, flying inside and pecking at me. And that's why I've locked the doors and haven't let anyone inside until you kids.
Which are the
I'm
aggressive-
15, okay?
Which are the aggressive birds if the pigeons are the more docile?
Yes. There's crows and ravens and there's
Crows are nice.
yes, sparrows, all manner of birds.
And they all talk?
No, only the pigeons. The rest of them, they don't talk. They just think malicious thoughts while planning who to murder next. Soon they will all rise, unified as one flock, and destroy all humanity as we know it.
Did they tell you that?
Yes.
So you mean
No.
they've
Listen
become
to anything I said, they can't talk.
Then how do you know?
Well, because I am an ornithologist, I am an expert in bird behavior. Trust me, I know. I've
All right,
examined them.
That makes sense. Okay, so do you have any enemies?
Oh, well, enemies.
Except for the birds.
Well, that's quite a lot of enemies. But other than them, enemies, no. But I do have a suspicion. There is a scientist, Gunnar Granat, and he's an expert on the neurology of birds. I've met him a few times. Recently, he left his house on the outskirts of the town and disappeared. I cannot be certain, but I suspect he has something to do with these killer birds.
When did all this start? When did the birds turn on you?
A couple of weeks ago, they started to act strange.
Okay,
Meanwhile,
so,
upstairs. Sorry.
yeah, no worries. Go on.
Are you actively hunting the birds, or are you just like Hunting the birds.
Yeah, primarily hunting the birds, and
Come on,
after
you
a
got a
while,
knife.
since no, fuck that. I'm probably just gonna try to find them and let them out by the windows.
Okay.
I'm not gonna kill birds like that.
They're going to be the ones who
All
let
right.
you out of the window.
I'm gonna be bird friend.
All right.
Coward.
You find some. You find a spare sort of like hopping around. It doesn't look particularly aggressive. It just looks like a relatively normal sparrow.
Mhm.
Just sort of flies away, hops off as you approach it.
And I just try to open the window and go, go, and try to just like maneuver it to the window.
Yeah, it tweets and just sort of flies off. No attempt to attack anyone.
Okay, one bird, it told three. Where are the others?
Meanwhile, you hear Mats ranting going on downstairs, and he's just finished explaining about this scientist who he thinks might have something to do with it.
Does he look like scratched up or wounded in any way?
Oh yeah, his face is and his chest are covered with gouges and scratches, and he's like crusted with dried blood all over his face and chest.
Oh dear. Okay, so I'm just gonna stay a bit away from him when she talks to him then.
But why do you think that the birds would unionize like this? Is that the right word?
I don't know.
But I thought you're an Ono. You're a birdman.
Yes, I am a birdman. I am Sweden's premier birdman.
Then you should
What?
know.
Listen, little boy, don't tell me what I should and shouldn't know. If you want to help, then go out there and figure out what's happening. I will be staying here, guarding
Holding down
this
the fort.
bastion of avian destruction.
What are the type of birds that are around? Or the bodies of the birds? Are they crows?
Yeah, I actually have this note somewhere, and I keep forgetting what kind of birds they actually are. God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, seagulls, other kinds of gulls, great cormorants. Actually, I totally said the wrong kind of birds. They're like mostly gulls and stuff that you've seen that are like and then also inside of the house there are also bodies of like what look like more domestic birds like parrots and parakeets and cockatiels and stuff like that you assume are the pets of the ornithologist who he's killed. But you also see several gulls bodies laying around, and those are the kinds of birds that Mats tells you have been attacking people.
But no pigeons, right?
No, the pigeons have developed human speech, but they don't seem to be attacking. However, who knows? They may be the masterminds behind this evil plan.
I mean,
What if you recruit them to your side?
They don't listen to reason. They are birds.
Maybe they are just patriots. Maybe they are socialists. They want to unionize.
Should we go and visit the neuroscientist?
Yeah, let's just let them finish off the birds upstairs first.
Oh,
Emily's she's gonna take a look around the house and try to like move around a bit on her own.
All right.
On the first floor.
Okay. So you guys have come in through the main door, and you're like in the kitchen. And you see like he led you through the kitchen actually into to this like dining area. So you're all sort of sitting around this poop crusted table. There's a large sort of living room, which is just again covered with bird bodies and bird cages and bird poop. To your just sort of like straight ahead through a large doorway leading out of the dining area that you're sitting in. There's a back door there and a fireplace, and the stairs that lead up.
All right.
Is Johan still killing the birds upstairs?
And he's killing them upstairs.
So I was always wondering, like, crows in Sweden, like if they meet crows from like China, would they understand each other?
How many times do I have to tell you, little boy, the crows are not talking. The
No,
pigeons are talking.
I mean the crow talk, like when they like the normal ones, the ones that are not like a Hitchcock movie. Like, I mean,
They are all a Hitchcock movie now. Don't you understand?
Who's Hitchcock?
Okay. Don't worry, Hieronymus. We like, he's not gonna hurt you. You're dead already.
He sort of gives your stuffed crow another sort of suspicious look, and then he sort of like looks towards Emily, who I guess you were sort of poking around, like walking away.
Yep.
Hey, where are you going? And where's your friend? I don't hear him killing any birds.
Well, maybe you should get up and check.
He's a very quiet killer.
On the prowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go up. Let's go up and just check on Johan.
Yeah, I'll hold down the fort down here.
All right.
Like, by the way, like throughout this entire situation, since we're inside, like I've been like keeping one hand over my stuffed crow's eyes. It's like you don't have to see this.
Yeah, and as we walk up the stairs, I go shit, grab the bucket knife and stab like one of the dead birds, grab like blood on it. Got one.
Matt sort of, he was coming up the stairs with the other kids, and he sort of like looks at this and gives you a little bit of a sideways glance, and he's like, "Yeah, I think that's quite enough. How about you get out of my room alone?"
I look at Johan like with rather teary eyes, being like, Johan, der Vogel.
Moritz, don't worry. Gotta explain everything. Just like whisper to him.
Alles klar, Herr Kommissar.
While in the meantime, Emily lets out this blood-curdling shriek from downstairs.
You guys see Matt sort of like look really startled, and he's still holding his axe, which he clutches, and then he sort of like goes running downstairs. Are you okay? Is there a bird? Is there a bird? Let me at it.
She stands as if frozen and then turns to look at Moritz and is like, can I borrow your hat? Please.
So,
Yeah.
Just please.
Oh god.
Does he give it to her?
Yeah. Look at the video.
Yes. Okay.
I hand
yes.
over the hat.
So
I got
she
yours and you have mine. It's okay.
So she grabs it and then very, very gingerly and carefully wipes off the poop from her new shoes. and then let's address it. Oh, thank God. Okay. Wow, you're a lifesaver, and then she'll give it back.
No, it's okay. You can keep it.
No. Okay, she puts it on the table then.
And now has even more bird shit on it.
Yes.
This is like a series of unfortunate events. They're all bird poop.
Yeah. Can we go now?
I kind of like grab my hat again and like I don't know, shake it a bit.
Oof, Emily stays away from that.
While all this is going on, Magnus is actually taking a step back, trying to ascertain. I mean, this guy obviously seems crazy, but were there any birds really, attacking him or really doing anything out of the ordinary or bad or evil to him. Except for the crazy.
Yeah, as you sort of like look around the room and look at him sort of trying to put everything together, you can give me an investigate check. And
Yeah, I'm really bad at that. So can anyone help me in any way?
if you inform him that
I'm pretty
you
bright
want
and
them to help.
investigating.
Frederick will help for sure. Yeah.
I mean, like, you know that like Moritz like has a total a thing for like impressing Magnus. So like if you want, you can like take advantage of that.
Okay.
Although
So-
you're gonna have to live that down. Like
That poor kid.
he's
Or
gonna
comprehend, actually.
Sorry.
Comprehend could also work too.
I don't know if it helps. Comprehend. No, it's the same. No, but that's okay. I mean, so yeah, Magnus kind of hints at Moritz, like
kind of like
to look around with him and try to understand and makes sure that it's Moritz understands that it's going to be worthwhile for him. I mean, Magnus is going to.
I think you really don't really have to tell him
to owe him one, or to
Just,
to help him get around the group.
The fact that you are asking him for help in any way is like completely like the selling point in itself.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right.
So
who's gonna do the actual roll then?
That'd be me, I guess.
All right.
So that was investigate, right?
Yeah, and you can get an extra die if Magnus is kind of like helping you look for clues or whatever.
Helping you help.
And if you want to talk to Hieronymus about the situation, then you can use him as your iconic item to help you solve this.
I can do that, and I can. So maybe a question to the group: should I talk to him in German, English, or do we skip that and just assume it?
Yeah, assume maybe to get it faster.
Yeah. What exactly were we? Am I supposed to be investigating again? I missed
whether or not you think Matt's actually sort of like was attacked by any actual birds, like
I see.
Making this up and crazy.
That's okay. So basically, like while you guys are still like chatting with him, more or less, like I just like waddle around and like look around more. I can do that. I don't think like talking to Hieronymus right now would make sense, especially because I'm a little afraid that the guy is going to like assume I'm kind of like hatching plans with the birds.
All right.
So I think I'm gonna
go ahead and give me your investigate with a +1 for Magnus helping you.
Okay, wait. Investigate plus mine would be 8, and then I get a 9th die. And here it goes. That'd be one. That's 4 successes.
Oh wow. So first you get to sort of ask me 2 questions about this sort of situation, like this whole scene of the house and like everything you can see. You can ask me a question like, what is hidden here? Where is it? What does all of this mean? What's happened here? What threats can I perceive here? Something like you can ask me some questions that I can then answer for you. And then you can also ask me like several additional questions, and when you go to use this information again, you get a total of +3 to like if you use what you learned here later for like investigate or comprehend or whatever, you get a bonus.
Mm-hmm. So I think the first good question would be what actually happened here, in the sense that like especially whether like there was any aggression from the birds initially, or whether I like this is more a well, of course, if you attack birds, they are gonna scratch here.
Yeah, I mean, the gouges and so on in his arms and his face look really, really deep. Like he was seriously, attacked by something. And they look to you like the gouges from like beaks and talons and so on. And looking at the dead seagulls that are sort of littered around, you get the feeling that because you look closer and you see some blood on their beaks and their claws.
And just the seagulls?
Oh. Yeah. The other birds look like they were just, slaughtered.
What should be the second question?
I mean, if you don't have any really, I can also. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you another. There's not so much else here to discern from the information. Like you can if you let's see.
This guy is he's a bird guy, right? I mean, maybe he knows, or maybe he's written something that can help us, with our situation, with whether the pigeons were they pigeons with the ring before? Whether the pigeons are also attacking or just talking, or
Well, he said that they've only been talking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't see any dead pigeons around here, actually.
I think I'm gonna look for clues as what kind of person he was before this went down. It's in how mad or how his attitude against birds was and stuff like that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he seems to have had many birds as pets, and he seems like he has had a relatively fond attitude to the birds before. Seemed like he was taking good care of them up until a couple weeks ago when this happened. Doesn't seem like he just has some irrational hatred of birds or anything.
He has a very concrete hatred of birds.
Yeah, he seems very afraid and worried by the situation, but it doesn't look like he's just like making things up. Everything that you see seems to line up with his story.
And basically the whole situation, the state the house is in is basically a fairly recent development.
Yeah, exactly. It looks
it
looks like the result of a mad ramp happening over the last couple of weeks, as opposed to I don't know, just it doesn't look like he's some crazy hoarder or that he's really sloppy or something like that. It just looks like crazy bird attack. So yeah. All right. So he seems to be a little bit done with you guys, and he's sort of trying to push you towards the door. That's enough. Get out of here. Leave me alone.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Close the door behind you, so none of those creatures can get in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we'll come back with help.
And flamethrowers.
All right.
Didn't say that. So I mean, as we after we've gotten a little bit of distance between us and Crazy McBirdface, I relay my impressions to the others, hoping that maybe for once they will listen. Who knows? And after giving basically just the info that you relayed to me just now, I also point out. So guys, I've been wondering if he's a bird scientist, and they made him go be like that, and we're now supposed to go to a neuroscientist, and that's a scientist for brains. Is this going to be more dangerous? Is he going to be hunting for brains now?
Moritz, you're helpful, but man, you're weird.
Thank you. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go visit the scientist guy.
All right. Yeah, so if you guys take your bikes there, you can probably get there in about 15 minutes. It's not super far away. And you know where he lives based on the directions that Mats Tingblood gave you.
I'm gonna bike to my fridge very quickly.
All right. Yes. So this house, you approach it on your bikes. It's not too far from the main road, and it's a 2-story yellow brick house with a red roof. There is sort of a fence around the house, but it's not locked. It's just sort of hanging open.
Huh, okay.
That looks better.
I'll hop off my BMX.
All right.
And yeah, I'll just saunter up there. Gonna ring the doorbell or whatever.
Yeah.
As you walk up to the house to ring the doorbell, you hear a little bit of movement from inside of the house, and what sounds like a sort of like a little
Like a puppy?
In there.
like a
Oh,
small
no.
dog, like a very small dog.
Okay, I kind of like take Hieronymus
This is
and,
not-
and like hide him under my jacket. First killer birds.
This is not the scene with the crazy dogs.
It keeps getting worse.
So we're going
Yeah,
knock on the door, I reckon.
All right. As you knock on the door, and you don't really hear any response from inside. And then you hear this sort of small voice inside, like,
Who is it? What do you want?
We want to speak to the doctor, please.
Wait.
"Doctor?" And you hear footsteps, and actually you hear a couple of pairs of footsteps.
Quick question. That voice, it didn't sound very pigeony, right? Okay, I think I'm
It just sounds like voice. No. Oh. You can't hear me?
Sorry, you're
Yeah.
kind of
Are you
gone.
guys?
You froze for a while.
Yeah. So they sound like something.
Oh shit. No? Yeah, I'm hearing you guys too.
Mhm.
Shit.
You go back now.
It's the door just like sort of slightly creaks open, and you see sort of like this mane of blonde hair and some sort of suspicious looking blue eyes peering through a crack in the door.
A little girl?
It looks like not really a little girl, but a teenage girl, about the same age as Emily. And you
Do
hear
I
this
know
sort of
her?
like behind her, and you see that like sort of bouncing around by her feet, wagging his tail, is this sort of like limping little three-haired dog, three-legged dog, this fat little dachshund that's just sort of like wagging its tail frantically at her feet. She's like, "Hey, Bullen, get back!" She sort of like peers at you, and you think you see like a baseball bat clutched in one hand, and she's like looking out at you. "What do you want? You're just a bunch of kids."
Hey, so are you?
It's about the same age as Emily.
They probably go to class together.
Hey, if I'm a kid, you're a kid.
No, actually, no, they don't. You've actually, Emily, you know pretty much everyone at the school, and you've never seen this girl before.
What was his name? Gunnar or something?
Yeah,
What was his surname?
Granat.
Yes. Is Gunnar Granite home?
It's like she sort of like looks at you. Yeah, he's not, he's not here right now, but he's coming back really soon. Okay.
Okay, can I come in and wait?
I don't think you guys should be here.
Yeah, but I really need to talk to him.
Give me a charm roll.
I'll
Can I
put my
help?
Sweetest
Can I-
smile.
Can I change it? I mean, I want to help, or maybe roll, or like I have, like, Magnus suggests essentially trying to charm her, like suggests, "Hey girl, what kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you like?" Tries to like take her mind off things and hum some music around. Or,
So you are helping Emily. Are you strumming on your guitar as you help?
No, humming, not strumming.
Okay, humming.
I
Okay.
don't have my guitars. I don't have my guitars with me. Sadly.
Emily can roll an extra die then.
1 success.
All right. So she sort of like looks at you, and she sort of like relaxes her grip on this baseball bat, and the dog sort of steps back a little bit, just sort of like panting and like looking at you, wagging his tail. And she sort of like opens the door a little bit wider, just like. So, what do you want with my uncle?
Well, there's this ornithologist guy called Mats who's got trouble with some birds, and your uncle might be able to help.
Well,
I'm Emily, by the way.
actually, hi. Well, come inside. I guess I better explain this to you guys in here.
Okay.
And why do you have a baseball
She leads
bat?
you into the living room. Well, you know, there's all kinds of weird, nosy people around here that just come, you know, running up to the front door, you know, bothering me. You never know when I might have to defend myself.
Trying to sell
You
stuff,
mean
right?
there have been people before?
Yeah, well, okay, there's some nosy neighbors around here that just keep, like, looking through the window and, like, trying to peek inside and see what's going on in here. Because actually my uncle is gone, and I'm living here by myself. And so, you know, nosy grown-ups, like, always trying to get in my business.
Wow, that's
So you're-
totally weird.
So annoying.
So your uncle is not coming back?
Well, I haven't seen him in a long time, actually. In months. I came to visit him from Stockholm, and
Whoa.
I was going to help him with his experiments with the birds, but when I got here, he was gone. So I let myself in, and, you know, I don't want to go back to my dad.
I immediately let
I can
onto
totally
the
relate.
Or my stepdad, actually. It's not even my dad. It's such a...
Oh, that's even worse.
Moritz immediately latches onto the most important bit in this conversation. You're from Stockholm?
Yeah?
Way to be embarrassing, Moritz. Shut up.
Alles klar.
He's from Germany. Don't mind him.
You
Oh.
say that like that's a bad thing.
Well,
Wait,
duh.
do you know how to say any swear words in German?
Okay. Okay. Repeat after me. Waschmaschine.
Oh my god, that sounds like a really bad word. Waschmaschine?
Yeah, that's pretty
Did I
good.
say it right?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Waschmaschine! And she just sort of like holds her baseball bat up and she's like, Waschmaschine! Ha!
Yeah. So she just learned the word washing machine.
And you notice that she's holding a sort of a blood covered knife in her other hand as she opens the door fully.
Oh, okay.
And looking past her, you see, like, as she leads you through the living room, you see there's like in the kitchen table, there's a bird, a gull, which is dead, spread out on the table, and there's like a couple of bloody implements laying on the table next to this dead bird. There's like some pliers and a couple of other small knives and some tweezers, just all kind of like covered with blood. Yeah, this bird's just been sort of like disemboweled and taken apart and is laying on the table.
So,
Okay.
how have you been, amusing yourself while your uncle's been gone? And she like gives her a very meaningful look and then looks at the bird.
Oh, some of those things attacked me. A group of gulls. They just surrounded me and started to peck at me. I killed them. And she like holds up her bloody knife and her baseball bat, and she's like, "I killed those wash machine."
While she's explaining this, like kind of like justifying her actions, I would like to like emphasize with her and like kind of like figure out what her situation actually is. Like, is she agitated, or is she like being very defensive, building up a story? It's like, oh yeah, they attacked me and stuff.
Give me an empathy.
Yeah, I can do that. 1, 3, 5.
And actually, I made a slight mistake. Her uncle was not missing. Her uncle was there when she arrived. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
No,
all
no
right.
problem.
Losing track of my notes here.
It's cool.
So he was there when she arrived, but since then he has gone missing.
He's been missing for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that was kind of.
Yeah.
No, yeah. 2 6s.
Okay. So yeah, you can tell. So you want to know basically like how she's feeling and like whether she's lying, maybe something like that.
Yeah, kind of like what's her actual state and stuff like.
Okay. Yeah.
Because she's giving us like a lot of bravado and.
Yeah.
Stuff.
With your extra success, you also get some additional information, I guess. So like how could you make her do something? So okay, so after sort of like studying her for a while, you realize she's putting on a tough front, but she seems like a little bit shaken by this whole situation. And she definitely seems to be telling the truth about what happened. You get the feeling that she's worried about her uncle. And it probably you could get her to be pretty cooperative with you if you were to make her believe that you could help her find her uncle.
Yeah.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah. So I kind of like. I mean, as like I was just like paying attention while the others were doing the talking. So at some point, like I sidled up to Emily and say like, I think we should offer her to help find her father, her uncle.
Oh, okay.
I think you should suggest that. Maybe she knows where he is after all.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Mason.
All right. So maybe we can help you find your uncle. I mean, like I know like everybody here, like in town. So if anyone can help, it's me.
You think you could find him? I'm really worried about him.
Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, I'm gonna need your help, but I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Well, pigeon research was helpful, and she points at the bird. I mean, I cut it up into little pieces, and I didn't find much, but maybe one of you guys could take a closer look at it. And I think that you could, I mean, if you wanted to, you could look around the house. Maybe you can help me find some of his things that might have some kind of clue about where he went. I've been searching through his notes and everything, but I can't seem to figure out exactly where he disappeared to.
Definitely.
Do you know what type of experiments your uncle was doing?
Well, yeah, he was doing some sort of experiments on the birds. I asked him to help me a little bit, to let me help him a little bit more with his experiments, but he didn't tell me a whole lot about what he was doing. So, yeah, before he disappeared, I don't know. I never got to come with him to his lab where he was working. He just ran off and left me here.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know where the lab is?
No, I'm not sure. If I knew where it was, I might go looking for him.
All right.
And you said you needed some help just taking a look at the bird you dissected?
Yeah. It's all in tiny little pieces now.
All right. So what we'll do is this, and I'm gonna roll lead.
I think Frederick should look at that.
Yes. So I'm gonna roll lead, and then I'm gonna instruct like, yeah, Frederick, you should take a look at that.
Yeah.
Moritz, you can help and look through the other research, and okay, what is Magnus actually good at? Like, what does he excel at? What do I know that he excels at?
Magnus?
He's got a mad riff.
Aside from
Sorry,
that,
I was out.
What do you need aside from that?
Guys, by the way, I'm such a total dumbass. He was missing
Yes.
when she arrived. I'm like getting all kinds of information confused in my head. She doesn't know where he was missing when she got there. That's how it was.
okay.
Sorry.
He's
I should
got a
just make this shit up instead of committing myself to whatever's written in
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should never admit to having misunderstood.
Exactly.
We will never know.
Yeah, you can say like I was confused.
I'm
Like,
so
as a
sorry,
character.
Maybe
No
the
problem.
girl was lying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So Magnus, you look down here, and I'll pet the dog.
Yeah. And Johan, like as soon as we came into the house, like took the bottle, like with the little dog, and petting him, and probably asked Mason, like, so what's the name of the Beast of Doom?
The Beast of Doom. His name is Bullen.
Bullen.
Positive. Sounds like something you can get at IKEA.
Frederick will take a look at the dissected bird just to see what it weird there.
All right. You can give me a calculate roll.
Yeah, and I got 2 successes on my lead.
Ah, okay, cool. So you have 4 dice, a pool of 4 dice that you can give to the other players.
Yeah. I'll give two dice to the bird dissection roll.
All right, cool.
So I've got 2 plus 3, so that's 5d6 plus another 2, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wrong skill. Calculate. But you already rolled it, so leave it. Yeah.
Okay. I got 1 success.
All right. So looking a little bit more closely at this dissected pigeon, you realize that there's small stitches on the, not pigeon, seagull. You realize that there's small stitches on the side of its head. Looking a little bit more closely with the help of these like blood-covered tweezers that are sitting next to it, you realize that there's like a little slot in the side of the head and what looks like a microchip inserted into the side of the bird's head. Mason's sort of like looking at you as you dig around in the bird's head. She's like, "Whoa, wow! Did you find anything?"
Yeah, I got like, hey Magnus, take a look at this. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, I say this could be the reason these birds are going crazy, man.
Yeah. So Magnus is trying to wants to get more information out of Mason about her uncle.
Mhm.
So he's kind of trying to walk aside with her and kind of empathize with her. Must be so hard. Must be so hard, when your family disappears or your uncle disappeared. Trying to smooth talk her into maybe letting out more information, even maybe stuff she knows, but she well, not on purpose, didn't tell us, but maybe here's some new details. Because I'm not sure, but I think the uncle did this to the birds or not. So I'm
Give
kind
me
of
a
trying to
charm.
empathize with her, and
Got it.
actually there's an empathize skill.
Yeah,
so-
there is, but it's a slightly different thing. So the empathize skill is like specifically for like sort of figuring out what someone else is thinking or feeling. Whereas if you're
Okay.
Yeah, but you did get no, that was Moritz that made the empathize roll before.
Yeah.
You can make an empathize roll first, and then if you get a lot of successes, then you can use those extra successes to get a bonus on the charm roll afterwards.
charm.
Yeah, so you can do that. You can roll me an
So
empathize first.
are there any bonus dice lying around?
If you want to ask. Yeah, I mean,
Or-
not exactly, because the dice are not just like magically existing there. Like they have to actually be given to you by Emily by doing something in the game. So like if
yeah,
Emily tells you
yeah.
to do
Makes sense.
something,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll empathize, and I have only one success.
All right.
Yeah, so probably no bonus dice with empathy.
Yeah,
roll
exactly.
itself.
No bonus, but you do you do feel that she seems to like you. She seems to have a positive attitude towards you, so that's good.
Yeah. And can I roll a charm now?
Yeah.
Or okay, so two successes on the charm.
Okay. So she seems to like. Not only does she really seem to like you, but her dog is like wagging his tail and sort of like like happily panting at you. Like looks like he really likes you too. She's like, "Oh, Bülent seems to really like you." Yeah, it's really rough with family, My stepdad, he's kind of an asshole. He's been beating me, and that's why I ran away, because I'm not going to put up with him anymore. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe my uncle had something going on with this woman, and he points at the some sort of framed photos on the wall of the living room. There's a whole bunch of photos. There's like some pictures of famous scientists and stuff like that, but hanging next to a picture of Einstein, you see a photo of this like middle-aged woman with curly blonde hair and white clothes, and she's sort of like gazing proudly at the camera. She's wearing this white lab coat, and you see this pin on the lapel of the lab coat with a yin and yang symbol. And so my son points at this picture and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. When I was I think I remember last time I talked to him on the phone, him saying something about this Lena woman."
Lena?
Yeah.
She's his co-worker, his girlfriend, his.
Well, I think he was working with her, but he talked about her a lot. I think he was in love with her.
Grown-ups do that, huh?
Lena person sounds
Yeah.
familiar to me.
She looks like a scientist.
Let's see. You can give me a contact roll to see if you may have heard something about her.
I shall. One success.
All right. Yeah, you've heard something about her. You've heard some rumors. Some of the other kids at school were sort of like talking about this scandal of this. They'd overheard their parents about this, and then in turn they were gossiping to you about it. That this scientist disappeared, and that everyone thinks he ran off with his girlfriend, who's another like sort of brilliant scientist. This Lena person. So you don't know too much about her, but you know that she's also a scientist, and that he's rumored to have ran away with her or something like that. Yeah.
And yeah, so I tell her that. Yeah, I've heard about her, and she was involved in some scandal. I don't really know the details of it, but maybe she's connected to all this.
All right. So, are you guys gonna look around the house or anything like that, or are you just gonna talk to my son?
No. We're definitely going to investigate the house.
Yeah, check the research.
Okay. So Mason, shows you upstairs to the bedroom. So there's two bedrooms, and one of them it looks like she's been crashing in, and the other one it looks like it must have been Gunnar's. And you see, his rather messy looking desk next to his bed, and you see that it looks like there's a few more pictures of Lena like around the bedroom, and his bed sort of in the corner of the room.
Yeah, I'll go through and see if I can check any of the find any cool research that might be used to anyone.
All right.
Yeah.
So as you
I'll help.
okay, as you guys sort of rummage around on his just in his desk and so on, like you find quite a few papers. What does you guys score and calculate?
Nothing.
Okay, you have no
Mine's
idea what
2.
you're looking at.
No, I find interesting things and then I give it away to smart people.
Frederick's
I-
2.
All
I
right.
have a teeny tiny bit. I mean, I think actually what I'm all doing on the side, like while they are checking the desk, I kind of like walk to the bed and like I want to check whether there's like a diary or something.
Okay.
But let them do their
Got
thing
it.
first.
Yeah. So you guys like looking at these things. So Emily doesn't have like enough of the even faintest clue to have any idea what she's looking at. But Frederick can give me a calculate roll as he looks at these papers that he finds on the desk.
Okay. 2. Okay. Oh, gotta just reroll 1, and I got 4 3s. No,
Any successes?
no, I'm afraid not.
Okay, so you have a couple of options here. So option number 1 is that you.
So I was just gonna say that I was muted, but could I have given my 2?
Yes.
So that's since I said that, like, I did specify about looking for the research.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can tell him, hey, take a look at this, and he gets your leadership dice.
Yes.
So Russell, you can roll 2 more.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Eight, 4 and a 5. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, you have a couple options. You can
It's your
spend a
minute.
point of luck and re-roll the
Yeah.
entire thing.
Yeah. Would that include the extra 2?
Yeah, all of the entire die pool that you had.
Yeah,
You can re-roll.
I'll use a luck point.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So far, 1 success.
All right.
1 success. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's enough. After studying these papers for a while, you realize it looks like there's sort of like plans and blueprints for building some kind of machine that will attract birds and then modify them. So like it sends out some signal that attracts the birds, and it like gets them inside and like implants chips into its head, like this sort of automated thing. And it's supposed to let people control the birds, but you don't see any detail in the blueprints about how this would actually work. And in fact, it looks as if there's like explicitly some information missing, as if whoever wrote these blueprints sort of stopped part of the way through and never finished. And meanwhile,
It sounds like every researcher ever.
Emily spends the
Yeah.
time befriending her cool Stockholm friend.
all right. Yeah, she sort of like looks you up and down a little bit and takes a look at your stylish clothes. She's kind of like, nice shoes.
Thanks.
Got a little bit of
creepy.
bird poop there.
Oh yeah, it's like really gross.
Yeah.
They're new
You
now, they're
cannot
all
have my hat
ruined.
again.
But I can totally understand the whole dad thing. My dad's never run; he just works at a juice factory.
Yeah. I wish that my stepdad was never around. Anyway. Moritz, meanwhile, you're looking around by the bed.
Yeah.
You can give me, let's say, investigate. I don't really see a perception skill or anything like that, so we just use perception.
Sorry, what now?
Not perception, investigate.
Yes. So that would
Yeah.
be 8. 1, 2, 7, 8. I can barely see the dice by now. It's really dark here.
One
One
success.
success.
Need a flashlight.
Yeah. Like sitting outside sounds like such a clever idea. It is, but it's like stifling inside. But
Yeah. Okay. So as you start poking around near the bed, so I guess you're allowed to ask sort of two questions. I guess one of your questions would be like, what's hidden here?
okay, yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
what's like, do we find any like personal info?
Yeah. And you got so you look around the bed. There's not really much to say other than what's hidden here. So looking around by the bed, you sort of notice that there's sort of drawers in the bottom of the bed, and you pull them aside open, and there's some just sheets and things like that. But as you sort of rummage around, you notice in the back of one of the drawers a small notebook, a small red notebook.
Excellent. I want to check that out in a minute. Like, I figure like my second investigate question could go into also me observing whether the uncle's departure seems like an organized or an unexpected event. Like, did he pack? Is like there a reasonable amount of his clothes missing and stuff like that?
Yeah, so from what you've observed in the house, it looks like he left really suddenly. The house is really dirty. It looks like he just sort of like hurriedly, you see like a few clothes sort of like laying on the bed. It looks like he sort of hurriedly packed a suitcase, threw what he didn't pack aside, and ran out of there.
But he did pack something.
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't just like go out for a day's work and didn't come back.
No. It looks like he left deliberately, packed something, but in quite a rush.
Splendid. Okay, and so I get out the red book.
Okay. On the inside of the red book, on the cover of the red book, it says diary, like written in this very neat script with what looks like a permanent marker.
I think I found the diary.
Drink your milk.
I'm gonna milk this for all it's worth.
So, opening up the book, you sort of like, you see the beginning of an entry, and it's like, "Dear Diary," and you see more of like this very neat script, and there's quite a lot of really melodramatic blathering about Lena, the scientist, and how she's not only beautiful, but she's also a genius scientist, and he's madly in love with her, and but she doesn't seem to love him back, and he wonders, one day he's going to win her, and he knows she's going to win a Nobel Prize. Blah blah blah.
Let me start, basically, after I've gotten like half a page of that, like I basically start like skipping 10 pages each, and giving it like 3-4 lines until I skip again. It's like boring. Oh God! This is like the movies my dad watched when he and Mom were having arguments. Oh, was verdammte Scheiße aber auch.
As you sort of skip through the pages, like just reading more and more of this like very sappy shit about Lena and how beautiful she is, whatever. You start reading a bit like that has a somewhat darker tone. He's talking about how his colleagues just don't understand her, and they're working against her, and they're treating her badly, and she was forced to quit her job. So he starts writing about how they like basically fired her and kicked her out, that he finds this just completely unjust because she's a genius, blah blah blah. But then a couple of weeks later, he writes in an entry that's dated about 2 weeks back that he's just overwhelmed with happiness because Lena has asked him to work with her, and she's starting a new experiment. And you see the the letters this what looks like some kind of code or something, IEX4Z32, and he just writes like, "I'm overwhelmed with happiness. I'm going to run there as soon as I can so that I can help her to complete her great masterwork." But you don't really see much more detail about what exactly this IEX4Z32 is. But you can give me a comprehend or calculate roll. Anyone who wants to like read the notebook with him can help.
So maybe like everything as after I've like skimmed through it, I like get the others' attention by saying like, guys, so either this is like a Rosamunde Pilcher book, or maybe I found the diary. But I think there might be something in there. And then I do, what was it? Comprehend?
Yeah, or calculate, your choice.
No, comprehend is fine. Let it be a 6. 6 dice, I mean.
He can see everything.
2 6s. I do like this dice rolling system. It is quite elegant in its simplicity. Also, I always roll 6s, so that's nice.
Did you get some successes?
I got 2 6s.
2 successes. All right.
Zwei. Zwei.
Great. So you know that that the ID number of a magnetrine ship. You're not sure exactly, where such a thing might be or anything like that. But you do know that the library might have some information about this, and in fact, you recall reading a little bit about magnetrine ships one day in the public library.
Yeah, so I basically like, guys, I think this might be like a magnetrine like identifier thingy. The really interesting things about magnetrines, I just like start like, lecturing about whatever I half remember of the magnetrines until, no one stops, like no one listens to me anymore. They've taken away the book, they've done their own reading.
Emily talks
At some point I start talking in German because that's easier when I try to explain complicated things.
All right. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, Emily just ignores the whole lecture and talks to her new friend about Tom Selleck's mustache instead.
All right.
And how cool Magnum PI is.
All right. It's like, okay, I don't really watch too much TV. The only TV I ever get to watch is the TV that my stepdad watches, and it's all just really boring, weird stuff. It's like all dramatic with people like yelling at one another and like falling in love and all this stupid grown-up crap.
Well, you can come over to my place and I can show you some of the good stuff later. When we find your uncle.
When we find my uncle, I think I better stay here for now.
Yeah.
Sister, so much. My sister. That would be really cool. Wish I had my sister here. Should have brought her with me. Yeah. I shouldn't have left her behind. But I couldn't just steal her. At least my stepdad doesn't hit her.
Maybe he hits her now that you're gone.
No! What?
I think Johanna's gonna just slap the top of his head
Ow!
Don't worry, we were, and he's gonna put the dog on the floor. We find your uncle first, and then we help you. We get your sister. We help you.
God damn it! I'm gonna go back here, and I'm gonna mess that wash machine up. Like waves her weapons around a little bit while trying the new swear word that Moritz taught her. You need to teach me some more swear words, Moritz. I like these German swear words. They sound really like badass. Anyway,
I have all the best swear words.
what did you guys find? Did you find some clues about my uncle?
My swear words bring the girls to the yard.
What?
Never mind. I'm just like mumbling around, like nothing.
About my uncle, you little weirdo.
I think we have to maybe like go to the library and find out about the Magna. What was Magnet train? No,
Magnetrine ship.
Magnetrine.
Who goes to a library in the middle of the summer?
Yeah, don't you know about the Mandarin ships?
Obviously, duh.
I mean, exactly. I mean, so well, go on, Morris. Tell the others about it.
So there's like I think I found your dad's Rosamunde Pilcher book, and he has some notes in the back about like stuff, and I think he wanted to help his friend, the girl that looks like well, all pretty and stuff, and like she got some trouble because the other researchers didn't like what she was doing, but he was, all on her side. And then he had like notes, and I think there's something about the magnetrine, but we have to find out like which one. So maybe we can like find a register or something in the library. I don't know.
Okay, first of all, like Rosa, what does that have to do with my uncle? Second of all, she is not pretty. She's like totally old and gross. And then also on top of that, like my uncle's totally in love with her, which is really gross. And I really don't know very much about magnetrine chips because that sounds like it's a nerd thing. And I mean, obviously I've heard of them, but like I don't know like nerdy stuff about them.
That's why we need the library, and this is why we're not asking you, okay? And I think she looks nice. She looks kind of like Marie Curie.
What?
Who?
Mary what?
What curry?
Isn't that like a food?
Do you know
Look,
where?
Marie
do you know-
Curie! Umlaut,
we-
Leute, Umlaut.
We don't
do you
have
know where? Do you know
You
where?
don't have to
Allowed
go
a
to the
swear
library.
word too?
Probably. Look, we don't have to go to a library. We can just ask Frederick about the Magnetrine things.
Yeah. Does Frederick know anything about them?
Yes, I doesn't know whether IZX for these 3-2 means anything.
Well, you know a fair amount about them. You can look in your encyclopedia and give me a comprehend roll with the +2 for using your iconic item. If you want to try to like read a little bit more about them in this, like see what you can recall also from having read it in the past.
Okay, give me a moment. I don't have enough time. Oh my gosh. One,
Sorry, you're cutting out a bit. What did you say?
one success.
One success.
Yeah.
Okay, you flip through your library, your encyclopedia, and after a while, you come to an entry that looks like a little bit like it might be helpful. And reading a little bit more closely, you find out that these ships were used for transporting ore and things like that, and that there's like a lot of remains of them, a lot of like debris and remains of magnetrine ships, just sort of scrapped all over this area of like small islands called the Nordiske Gubi, and you have no idea where this might be. It's a relatively large area, so I mean, there's no way that you can pinpoint a specific ship based on your knowledge, but you have a good idea of where to start looking. And if you go to the library, you can. How many successes did you get again?
One.
Yeah, if you go to the library, you'll have a good idea of where to start looking. I mean, you're not really supposed to get a bonus for one success, but so this is like a sort of additional information that you look for. Let's say you can have like one extra die by just knowing where to start in the library.
Okay. Yeah, so I reckon that we should go to the library. I've got a pretty good idea where we need to start looking.
Is anybody ever listening to me? I already said that.
Probably
Yeah,
half
but
of
you
the
also
time.
talk a lot of German, so
Yeah.
nobody listens to what you're saying.
Exactly.
I know.
Everyone just starts to
Seriously,
tune you out.
I kind of just tune out.
I'm finally getting understanding as to what my little brothers have always felt like.
That's good. You're getting into the mindset of a small kid. So yeah, the library, the public library. I mean, Encyclopedia clearly knows this. aka Frederick clearly knows this, and Moritz too, because they love the library. The library is closed during the summer, to your great chagrin. You've checked out. Encyclopedia would have checked out like as many stacks of books as he possibly could before the library closed for the summer, just to make sure he doesn't, run out of books to read. The school has a library too, but of course the school is also closed for the summer.
Who would close a library over the freaking summer? Freaking Swedes. This is not efficient, okay?
Don't
So we
worry,
must
I got
break-
a key. And I got
We
like my
must
knife.
break in, right?
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
your
reckon
pocket
we-
knife, eh?
I reckon we gotta go to the library and Johan's gotta tinker with the lock.
All right. You guys heading to the public library?
Yeah.
All
Yes,
right.
we have to.
In the
Okay.
German Democratic Republic, they would never close the libraries.
How far away is the damn library? That's in Stenhamra. That's 5, 10, 15, 20. That's like 20 or 30 kilometers from you. But you could bike there.
20 kilometers?
Yeah.
That's far.
And the
I
school,
mean, if you wanted to
school
bike
library?
for a long time, you could. But the school library is probably a much better bet.
Yeah,
Alright,
probably
yeah.
cool.
Let's go to the school
Go to
library.
the school.
School library. Yeah.
Go to school library.
Yeah, fuck biking for 30 kilometers
Yeah.
on a flat
Moritz
tire.
would never make it anyway.
Yeah, my bike will probably die on me.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So the school library it is. Yeah. So you guys, those of you who are bookworms and nerds and so on, you know that this library has quite a collection of really odd books, much more than a typical school library actually has.
Does it have like a forbidden section? Like in Harry Potter?
No, not exactly, but yeah.
Not in a
I mean,
school
it probably
library.
has, like from our point of view. I'm pretty sure there's like a section that only adults get to go to. So that would
Alright.
be the forbidden section.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys, how do you want to do this? So the school is closed, but there are several doors and windows that you could probably get up to.
Yeah. Leave that to Johan.
All right.
And I get to a window with
And then,
brick.
and then,
With a break.
and then send Morris in.
Oh God. Okay. Well, it doesn't require a roll. You could just put a brick through the window.
Yeah, I put the brick through the window and open the window. Ta-da!
Yeah. You can climb right in the window. It's not too high.
I always dream of doing that.
Don't cut yourself.
In all my years, I always dreamed of doing that.
And I did it first.
All right. So the library, you guys know how to reach it. At least those of you who ever spend any time in the library. So probably Emily needs some help getting there, but the rest of and Johan and Johan.
Flirted with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're following Fred. He is very expert.
I made fun of nerds.
Yeah. So the nerds lead the way to the library. Normally, yeah. So as you're walking around through the hall, you start to smell something weird, and those of you who spend a lot of time in the library know that this is the telltale sign that the library's caretaker is lurking about nearby because he's known for farting incessantly, and his smell precedes him everywhere he goes.
Oh my god.
Guys, I think the caretaker is around. This is not good.
Oh, okay, good. I thought it was you.
You're standing at the entrance to the library now, and you sort of like, catch a whiff of this smell coming from somewhere in the library.
And may I just point out, we all smell of, bird shit.
Well, except for Emily, who used your hat to wipe the bird shit off of her feet, so she smells a little bit less.
Some
than the rest
smells never wash off.
Don't worry, she got her hairspray. That's probably perfume in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is Emily? Emily, how old are you?
15.
15. Okay, so yeah. So you're both. I mean, I think we should hide, and you can sneak around and maybe, I don't know, try to see where this guy is, and if he catches you, then you can, play dumb and go outside.
This is a
Okay.
lockdown building. How dumb could we be?
Emily's pretty dumb, so.
Very, very much.
What's my point? Okay, so I think everybody who doesn't know Dewey Decimal should stay outside and the rest go in.
No, what?
Exactly.
Nerds.
And we will rule the earth.
So the nerds, Frederick and Moritz, are going inside.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Are you being sneaky, or are you just gonna kind of be like, "Hey, what's up?" to the caretaker?
Fuck
We
no.
can be, you're gonna be.
I'm gonna be, hey, what's up?
No, I'm gonna be sneaky.
Who's not gonna be sneaky?
I'll just not be sneaky and distract him instead.
Okay.
Frederick will be sneaky.
Got it. And Moritz and Frederick are trying to sneak. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess Emily will go in first. So as you walk into the library, you smell this smell stronger, and you hear this kind of like. you kind of like
That was
hold
way too
your
light.
nose. And you see him. He like turns around as you walk in. He's sort of like bent over, looking at some books. He's this sort of short, stocky man with hair that's turned almost entirely white, and he has this sort of tattered red cap on his head. And he sort of like looks around, and as usual, he doesn't look you in the eye. He's just sort of like looking down at your feet and like occasionally like casting a quick glance up at your face. He's like, "What do you want? What are you doing here? It's in the middle of the summer. You're not supposed to be here."
Well, we want to read some books.
Ha ha ha. I've never seen you in the library, even once. I don't know what you'd be doing here now other than getting up to some kind of trouble.
Well, I've been getting told off for my grades, and I promised my parents that I'd spend the summer trying to, remedy that. So here I am. Come on, please. I really want to get better grades.
He gives you a look. Give me a charm roll. Meanwhile, if Moritz and Frederick are trying to sneak past now while this is going on, then you can give me stealth rolls.
One success.
Yeah.
1-6.
That was Frederick also got a success on sneaking. Emily got a success on persuading, charming. And how about Moritz?
Moritz ist am Schleichen.
Okay, I take that as you got a success then.
Yeah,
Okay. So while you're talking, like he looks at you like for quite a long time with this very stern look, and he's like, "All right, young lady, if you say so. I suppose the quest for knowledge should never be discouraged, even if it's in the middle of the summer. Go ahead. And he sort of like turns away and shuffles off, pointing towards the stacks of books. And meanwhile, you just barely catch out of the corner of your eye Moritz and Frederick sort of slinking past into the library.
I'm so good at this.
I do like the image of like that as a movie scene with like us in the back of the scene.
Yeah, just like sneaking by.
like these exaggerated like lifting your leg.
Yeah. Right. So you guys know your way around the library well, so you can just tell me like where you want to look. You would know where to find this general information. Sorry, what's that?
Frederick's got a good idea where to go.
Exactly.
So he's gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know roughly the section of the library to start in. So you head in that direction. You find some books which look like just about what you're looking for. Some sort of I don't know, like, again, this is not a typical school library, so for some odd reason there's like some books about like magnetrine ships with like different logs and things like that about like where they were located and stuff like that. So you can give me a comprehend roll with a bonus of 1, and if Moritz is helping you, then you can add another 1.
Yeah, actually he isn't. He got sidetracked as we walked past the forbidden section, and he's disappeared in there.
I'm not sure what forbidden section it is, but whatever. There's a forbidden section.
It's like the topics that only like the high school level students get to access.
It's a bunch of books with like adult themes and stuff, and there's occasionally some. Stuff that little kids shouldn't be reading about, a little bit of violence, a little bit of sex, I don't know, whatever. So you
he's like he sifts through the things, he's like completely disinterested with all the sexuality books. And then like checks out the other things, like there's a section on World War II and stuff, and he goes through those, and eventually he'll come back but I think by that time Frederick has already like checked out the books and conclusions.
So then, Frederick, you can give me a comprehend roll with just 1 bonus die.
Yeah, I got a 1-6.
All right. So looking through these old logs, you managed to piece together that you managed to find this section with like all this detailed information about specific magnetrine ships, and you find this ID number, and you realize that this particular ship was used to transport ore in northern Russia, and it was scrapped a few years ago, and now it's located on this island called Holmen, and it's in the middle of this like area of all these little islands, and you actually find a little map that shows you where this island is.
Oh, cool. And how far is it?
Well, you would have to take a boat of some sort to get there. If you biked to some place where you could take a boat and then like got on the boat, you could probably get there in like.
Is it just me, or did Ambika just freeze?
She freezed.
It's like at the worst cliffhanger. Let me get there in.
Yeah, an hour and a half or so.
You froze as well.
Oh, okay. That's cool. And how far are we from the coast? Pretty close?
You could ride your bikes there like in probably about 15 minutes or so, and then the rest of the way would be like a relatively long trip on a boat.
Yeah. So cool. So I'd like to tell the rest of the guys that. Can we sneak out of the library?
Yeah, I think you probably like go grab me from the forbidden section and like drag me out, but I wasn't finished.
The forbidden section.
And Emily, I guess Emily's pretending to read books.
Yeah. She's flipping through them, and she's like really bored.
All right. So you see these guys sort of like, give you a signal from the back of the library. The caretaker is still sort of pacing around. So if you two want to get past him, you're going to need to give me another sneaking roll.
Sneak. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah, one success.
Alright.
I'm afraid no successes, MBK.
Emma will keep like trying to distract him.
All right. Well, you can actually roll one extra die for Emily distracting him.
Alright, let's see.
And she'll basically be like, "Oh wow, gosh, I feel so much smarter now."
He's like, whatever, that's nice, okay.
That's not how books work.
I'm afraid.
But
even with
he's
the bonus,
momentarily distracted.
I'm afraid even with the bonus, I did not succeed.
Okay.
You should use some luck, maybe.
So, you could use luck. You could also you could also push it by taking a stress, not a stress, a condition. So let's say maybe scared or something like that.
Yeah, but that's like way more dire than like using up some luck. I mean, we are kind of quite
So
progressed in the story already.
Exactly. Yeah, it's totally up to you.
All right, let's do a luck point. Okay.
All right.
Sweet. Don't let me down.
Yes, one success.
You almost bump into a stack of books as you're leaving, but you manage to pull yourself out of the way in time, and you kind of like freeze. Sort of blabbering about like how much smart is like, and you manage to just slip right by, and both of you guys leave the library and outside now.
Is there any way to earn luck points back?
Yeah, but like later the next session you get. So
You get them back.
they don't really
cool.
recharge during the session. Remember? Yeah.
Okay.
So then Emily just spends the rest of the day in the library reading.
God, no, she's like, "Oh, wow, I really gotta pee. I'll be right back." And then,
Yeah, like
and then-
after half an hour, she just bludgeons the caretaker with a really heavy book.
Oh, God. Okay, so you guys managed to meet up again outside of the school. I guess you're gonna leave the scene of the crime before someone finds the broken window.
Yeah, like,
There's not much going on.
What Moritz kind of like doesn't point out, but thinks privately is like how there's a broken window, and Emily totally was like ultra visible. So if anybody's gonna get grounded, it's her. But thinking of
the
hat,
problem than you guys. So.
Yeah, but thinking of his hat, he does not feel like he needs to point out any of that. I like that hat. And
So,
bird poop is acidic.
You can wash it. It'll be fine. It'll be good as new.
We are running around the entire day. It's totally gonna eat into it. Bird poop is really aggressive.
As you say this, you look down and you notice that the bird poop is actually aggressively eating into your hat already.
Yeah, no shit.
Guys, I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm super tired, and I thought I could hang on here, and in the past hour I've been kind of out. It's 1 a.m. already.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna break. I don't feel like my character is like I feel like it's not going to break the story, right? I mean, I'd rather let you guys run with it. Than...
I think it's probably like an hour and a half left. We're going to getting to the final showdown and just. But yeah, we'll let you know how it goes.
I'm
no problem.
Sorry, I think you're better off without me. Like
it's a good time to leave because you haven't gotten yet. So
Yeah,
You just have a
was that-
flat.
Yeah.
You have a flat tire. And decided to go like.
I stayed in the library reading about the history of rock, and I kind of missed you leaving for the boat.
Oh, and then you go looking for the pick of
all right.
destiny.
Yeah, I'm not
was nice
so
playing with you.
popular anymore. Okay, so sorry guys,
Band
thank you very
practice,
much.
you know.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much. It was
Yeah,
fun.
take care.
Bye bye. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks for playing. Yeah.
Okay. Although
Okay, so
I would also
Magnus
vote
goes
if-
to his
if
band
this-
practice.
If this
Uh-huh.
were more like an hour rather than an hour and a half, I wouldn't be too sad either because time's a wasting. So, which mostly is like a comment
So
to
you guys are
myself.
gonna-
I will try to like reduce the number of side comments that I start.
In a little bit, but yeah. Okay, so
Never
I guess
mind.
you guys, in the intro, you know, taking.
Yeah, no, you're lacking.
Yeah, you're getting out.
Hello?
Hey, yeah.
Hello?
I'm here, but
Is it just you and me?
I think everyone is.
Well, I mean,
Mark.
I'm here as well.
Yeah.
And-
And Mark just got to his fridge for food or something. So
Oh well.
our DM died, so we took a boat, destroyed another boat. Won the
Well,
day.
I guess they will go for pizza in the meantime.
Yeah.
Cut out.
Yeah, you're cutting off still.
Okay, I'm back though.
Yeah, welcome
Okay.
back.
It's all good.
I'm back
So, what we're trying to do is, I guess we're trying to get to the coast and
Mhm.
find a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I said,
Hello?
I'm not going. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do like make a whole big. I don't want to keep you super late, and I can't go too late either. So we just say that one of you guys have a boat. So either Emily, with her rich family, has a boat, or could be Johan, the his family being like
I
have a boat too.
Kidding.
You guys
think
hop on.
I think it should totally be Johan. That just makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Would you like to do anything before you leave from the tool shed or get any supplies or whatever?
Hmm. Not really.
What's in the tool shed?
don't
Is there,
know.
like,
Catch it. You
is there
cut
rope
out.
in the tool shed?
Can you say that again, Russell?
Is there rope? Rope, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll take some rope.
And Emily totally like has a lighter, right? Or do you want me to go get one?
Yeah, I mean, you can just say you have it on you. It's not really.
Yeah, I figure she has some kind of teenage smoking habit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Menthol
So-
cigarettes. This is the 80s.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You guys, if you have everything you need, I guess you're gonna head out on your boat, on Johan's boat.
Yep.
And this whole area is full of just a lot of debris. So as your boat glides along the water, you see pieces of rusty metal sticking up over the surface of the water, with sharp edges, sort of jagged everywhere, and just like large shapes, slightly under machinery,
Mhm.
and strange domes and towers just all around on these little islands that are surrounding you as you move across the water. It's quiet and still. It's quiet. As you get closer to the island, you hear the shriek of a hawk overhead, and you see this large hawk just sort of circling and wheeling above this island, and quite a few other birds, just a large flock of them, just sort of flying around in circles over this small island. Itself is this huge wreck. It's about 25 meters long, and it's laying tilted on one side. When it was painted black, but the paint has started to fade, and it's just covered with rust. It's starting to eat into the metal of the hull. And as you approach, you see that on the side of near the ground facing you, there's what looks like a door blocked by a metal beam of some sort. And your boat touches the shore.
Yeah, and it touched the shore a bit roughly. And Johannes, okay, sorry. That was the first time I drove the boat.
You could have
At least we didn't
started
die.
with that.
Well, seems most of the time you panic for anything. I guess it was fine.
I might be panicking for a reason, okay?
So, do I know which is the boat that we're looking for?
Yeah, so you see these letters sort of written in fate of the ship as you approach this little island. You see IEX 4Z32 in chipping paint on the side of this large ship.
Okay.
There's a door that's sort of blocked by a beam. As you get a little.
You lagged out again?
So what now?
She lagged out of existence,
Oh, yes,
or is it
yeah.
just me?
No.
Yeah.
Ambika is gone. We're kind of like sailing without a paddle.
She
I mean, like, you know, we should just move on.
Yeah.
Keep telling this story. We don't need the game master. This is a socialist Sweden. We can like be our own masters and stuff.
Of course.
So we got a door with beamer across it. What do we do?
That is totally how it works.
Hal, what do I know? I'm 11.
Yeah.
Well, I
that's
know,
very
obviously know everything because I'm 15.
Yes. Ever wonder what happens to all this knowledge you have when you're 15? Like by the time you're 25, it's all gone.
Yeah.
That was
That's so sad. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is. I really have to make a point of actually getting a hard copy of this system. This is.
Yeah, this is cool. I like the atmospheric. Like you got flaked paint and. I have a picture in my mind. It's pretty great.
Definitely.
Yeah. I feel like this is the kind of system that one can use to get people into role-playing games that wouldn't do role-playing games.
Yeah, definitely.
Or,
I mean, all of the
children,
free leagues
just let them play.
games are really useful for that.
Yeah. My goddamn internet is down, is what I'm getting.
Oh.
Oh no. I
Oh,
thought it only happened. I thought it only happened in Africa.
Come on, you've heard of Comcast.
I can't believe it. You guys live in first world country. Come on.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh.
See, like
Yeah.
down for a minute, not down
Right.
for a week.
I'm not sure if the broadcast is still going.
Yes, but why are
Because-
you now? You've
It says it's live, but
yeah,
probably.
we're live.
It's probably picking up on others' internet.
We're
like
live.
us.
You've just like joined us with a different account.
yeah, it was like a different avatar. I don't know. It's weird. I don't. Just a sec. I may have to restart the.
When we don't,
The stream is still going.
Yeah, like it's still live and everything. I think you're just like you logged in with your other account, but that we don't mind. We know your voice. This is all fine. This is all in order.
I'm pretty sure we'll recognize you.
Yep.
Even though your face is a bit weird now. Who's that actually?
No idea.
Also, now Ambika is being very quiet. I hope she hasn't lagged out again.
Yeah. That's the uncle in the flesh.
That's the uncle indeed, yeah.
I think she lagged out. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yep. So, like, now that she said frozen
Hello?
again.
Hi.
There we go.
Can you guys hear?
We can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think she's gone.
Yeah.
No.
We got a double, but it's not working much more.
I was about to say that now that she said frozen again, I was tempted to sing Let It Be, but I think no, please. It's stretching now.
That's a bit grim.
Ah, bugger.
Well, maybe finish it off at a later date.
Yeah, like,
Might
now that
be
we've already then like
Maybe we can do it in a week's time.
Yeah.
Same time.
wait, this is a Thursday. Thursday should be fine. Yeah.
I'm fine on Thursday, probably.
Yeah, works for me too. I'm always available for RP, so.
Yeah. It's just kind of getting interesting now. So I reckon we let's just let her know that we if she's
I'm on
up
it.
for it.
I do
Yeah.
know that I think Ambika's schedule might be pretty stacked, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Oh, she's in Barcelona.
Yeah, I'm from Barcelona.
She's trying once more. Can we kick out the other Ambika? No, we can't.
Well, I mean, I've pumped myself up with lots of caffeine, so I'm able to go all night.
Yeah, like, I'm able to go all night. The problem is that I also have to be going all morning, and like it's one or the other.
Yeah.
And
I had
Friday's
a
always
6-hour train trip today.
Oh, jolly!
Yeah, I have no plane trip,
It's
but
like-
I need to wake up in like
Six
3
hours. That's like traveling through half of Germany already.
yeah. Yeah,
Well, I mean, if you don't go to bed, you